Hello there friends, Ken here, welcome back to Hearthstone Tavern Brawl, the saltiest of runbacks. We didn't win any last time in the encounter at the Crossroads, so let's jump straight back in and see if we can't mix-mash things up once more. I'm going to play the Paladin this time, see how that goes. So remember, pick a class, completely random deck of cards, and we'll see if we get lucky. It's always going to come down even more so to luck than normal in this because your entire deck is random. I think they do some work in terms of curving it out nicely so they don't fill your entire deck with you know, 5 and up cost cards. Look at this, we've got a Tyrion in here, got a Worgen Infiltrator's a great card. Divine Favour could be good if we get an aggressive hand, but no guarantee. Colosseum Manager is an interesting one, but I actually didn't mean to keep Tyrion there. I was so inspired by his glory. It's okay as we're going second to have him in the hand, but he's going to be a dead card.
Happy feast of Winterveil.
I did actually want to swap him out. I just didn't get around to it. Okay. We got the Worgen Infiltrator. He'll do good work. We've got the Elven Archer as well, so we can clean things up next turn. For this chap, providing there's no taunt, of course. Oh, look at that. Every time with the taunt. Okay, well the Puddle Stomper's a good alternative then. So we can get rid of this. We can drop the Puddle Stomper. And this guy can trade into our fella here. Possible he'll be able to buff up and kill it, but that's still okay. Oh, the Stone Skin Gargoyle. OP. I'm not prepared for this. Okay. So this is the thing, is like, how do we kill this? It's it gets returned to full health at the end of turn, or the start of turn. So I think we can make a guy here and play the Worgen Infiltrator. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it works out okay for us. I'm just gonna turn the volume down just a teensy bit. Just a little too loud for me. There we go. Aternus is our opponent here. The Charged Hammer, okay. Getting out nice and early. So we're going to have to bear that one in mind going forward. Okay, so now we can kill off this Stone Skin Gargoyle if we like. I think that's probably like an okay thing to do. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. But we could try the Holy Wrath out, see how that works. That's the alternative to playing the Elven Archer. It might keep our chap alive. Nope, just one. Just one damage. A little disappointing, but there we go. There was a chance it would have done 3. Like, probably a fairly decent chance, but apparently we're packed with 1-cost cards. We've had 5 1-drops so far. So much for all that I was saying about... Did that one actually proc? No, it didn't. Okay. So no dragons in hand then. Yeah, I was thinking about how, you know, how it's carefully balanced out our hand, and then we bought 5 1-drops already. So maybe the option here is the Aldor Peacekeeper. I'm gonna slow this chap down, and we can make a chap, or we could play the Redemption. I think the chap is maybe a better option right now, because if he uses both of these to take out the Aldor Peacekeeper, the chap stays alive. If he uses this to take out the chap, the Peacekeeper doesn't die to the hammer.
What you want?
Choosing to go for the Peacekeeper, not unreasonable. Oh, and the healing. Okay. Oh, Chromagus. We got some exciting high-end cards for sure. I think Well, our options here, we've got the archer and the boar, but I think we want to get the Kodo out. It's a bigger creature. Going to take out at least one of these chaps. Now, do we want to take out the 2/2 first? No, not really, because there's a chance we can destroy that with the Kodo. Oh, and we got it. Oof. That's absolutely fantastic. So our options here, we could take out the Wind Fury chap. There's a chance it would get buffed and do a lot of damage, but
Must move quickly.
Let me.
One shot, one kill.
I'm gonna take the risk on this getting buffed up. You know, even if it does do 8 damage to our face, that's not the end of the world. Or if it does 4 trade in, that would be with the rock biter weapon. But that's a very specific card to pull. And there we go, there's the hero power. Okay. Right, we're almost at the big turn here. Sadly, this chap not I'm really sad that the ogres aren't ogres. I know they can go back and patch that later, but I'd be interested to see some kind of specific ogre synergy. Obviously, Moga the ogre works because of the way he affects everything on the board at once. Do I really want to play Hemet Nessing Warrior here? I mean, not particularly.
I'll give it a shot.
What if we just fill up the board with cheeky 1/1s? It's going to make this Jumel Shaman. Well, it's not going to make him more likely, because if he goes face with it, there's only a 50% chance that he hits something else. Very smartly getting... Well, I say it doesn't matter too much if you get rid of one of the cards straight off. Oh, very smart ogre. That's it's a little spooky. Not a big fan of that. Well, thankfully we've got old Tyrion here.
Put your faith in the light.
Do we want to trade in? I mean, not really, because we don't have a lot to do with it. Hopefully no big silences. Oh, the Hex. Oh, disgusting. On the double hero power. Crikey. And let's hope there's no smart ogres again. Wow, okay, well I guess, you know, he did the smart thing of getting rid of everything first. Man, I don't know we can come back from this now. We don't have there's no beast here. So all we're relying on is the ogre missing twice, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. In fact, I shouldn't have played the secret because it's buffed him up now anyway. Well, there we go. Oh, in fact, he had the hero power, so it didn't matter too much anyway. Crikey, we got completely destroyed there. We had good potential, but our early game was just kind of a little bit too weak, and it just left... we got rolled over by a super smart Jumel Shaman on that first turn. If he'd hit a couple of our 1/1s, we might have been in slightly better shape. We might have survived another turn. We wouldn't have had to drop Tyrion that turn. We could have dropped him on the next turn, when he would have been able to revive. But there we go. A rough time. Let's play the Hunter. Let's move along the middle. Sometimes the RNG just isn't in your favour, and it hurts me deep inside. But I know that we'll get through this. Get through this tough Tavern Brawl. We'll do it together. That's right. Let's find our next opponent. The business cat. Look out! He means business.
Begin.
Stable Master's okay. We've got lots and lots of beast, which is nice. I might hang on to Mukla and the spider. Not the best opening hand.
Happy feast of Winterveil. Best seats ever.
Ooh, the tournament attendee. Not a card you see a ton of, but
Feast of Winterveil.
it's a fun one. Look at this. Sylvanas. As soon as we get to 3, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just going to be that first, that turn 2. Hopefully we get a 2-drop here. Give us some options. Uh-oh. Please no more Murlocs. Okay. I think we play this even if he bananas to trade in. That's okay. We need to swing the tempo back in our favour, and Mukla's quite good at doing that. Because it forces the opponent, you know, it forces the opponent to spend 2 mana if they want to even the odds. Because we're getting a 3/3 for 3, and then the extra 2/2 they also get back in stats. Oh, that was actually a great play, because a worst case it wouldn't have changed anything. It would have changed like one of these to a 1/1 or our guy to another 5/5. Oh man, and see now we've got the Stable Master with nothing to use it on. Don't want to play the Tempo Stable Master. Like, it's okay, but it's I think it's better later. Seeing as we've got at least one and guaranteed second beast in our deck, I think we have to try and just hold out on against this early tempo. That Tink Master Overspark. That's a rough thing to come up against. And a Mind Blast. Getting rushed down by this priest. Power Shot's okay. It doesn't actually really deal enough damage for us right now.
Your magic shall not save.
I think our best bet is to try and slow things down a touch with the silence. Tomb Spider's okay, but it's lower statted. Oh, the trade in as well. Scary stuff. Well, we can use the Power Shot here if we want. Doing a lock and load into Power Shot. I don't think so. I think we just want to... Well, bam! And we'll just use the Hero Power. This is a good example of how the Hero Power is not particularly useful in this situation. Like, sure, we did 2 damage. That's not going to help us survive. It's not going to help clear out the minions. Imagine if we'd had the Mage Hero Power. Imagine how much more potent that could have been. Up to 6 mana. We're facing 6 damage, which is a lot. Sylvanas is a nice, simple pick. I think we take the Tomb Spider. See if we can get ourselves a beast. We do, okay. I might actually take the Boar here. The Jawmonger's nice, but the Boar does actually let us clear this up. And gives us buys us a little bit more time. Sometimes, you know, the simple, boring pick is actually the most effective one. That's quite scary. That's absolutely quite scary. In fact, we need a taunt here, and I don't think we have one. Take control. No, I don't love this. Why does I feel like she should give it like at least +2 and immune. Like, just immune is okay. Lets you trade in for free. It's like having a divine shield kind of sorta. But I don't know. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, is it? I think we're done. I don't think we don't have a solution here.
Well played.
This business cat was not messing around. They've taken us out to task. Crikey. I can't handle this. This is all a little bit much for me to bear. I'm trying to win my one game. Just my one game. And I don't feel like we've played terribly. You know, maybe I've not played perfectly, but just been the cards, man. I've got to believe in the heart of the cards. That's what it is. I'm not believing enough. I've got to double down. I know this deck. I know this druid's going to come through for me. I'm going to get that perfect curve. Got that perfect deck. Gonna rock that curve. Maybe save a little mana for me. Because we love our cards. In different mana costs. Okay, we got a wild growth, and I'll keep the 2-drop as well.
Happy Feast of Winterveil.
Okay, we'll see if the opponent drops anything that we need to respond to with a Frostwolf Grunt. And more likely, that's interesting, but not terribly threatening. So let's get the old wild growth on the clock. Okay, it's getting buffed up a little bit. That's fine though. We don't mind that too much.
What you want?
And we got the Wailing Soul, which is not ideal with the Nerubian Egg, but hopefully we can get a buff card to make the egg work. The problem with this is you get the Nerubian Egg occasionally and won't get any buffs to go with it, which is always a little disappointing.
I wonder.
Uh-oh, the Micro Machine. That's going to get out of control fast if we can't deal with it soon.
Bathe in flame.
We're going to have to get the hit in on it now to try and stop it from growing too much out of control. Because we can't rely on this guy taking it out. Ooh. What an aggro deck. Look at this. Undertaker, Micro Machine, Ancient Shade. Real aggressive mage coming in here, Dayla. Yeah, they're going full face mage. And I honestly can't say I blame them. +5/+5 and taunt is kind of fun. I don't know that we want to do it right now. But man, if we use the hero power and kill this, then we have to drop the Wailing Soul, which is not ideal either. This would be a 7/10, which would then become a 7/6 if we hit this, so then the shade could trade into it. But I think that's maybe our best bet right now. Alternatively, I guess we could rock it on this chap. That might be the better option here. Does leave the Ancient Shade free to kind of break into our backlines, but okay, choosing to trade it in. That's it's not too bad for us. Okay, so we're just gonna make it through this turn now, which is not too scary because we do have the Iron Bark Protector going forward. But again, the Ancient Shade's going to trade into our Iron Bark Protector. That's not good value for us if that happens. Oh well, at least we won that duel, which lets us get rid of the Ancient Shade, which is a relief.
For honor.
Okay, now we're slowly starting to get a bit of board control, but bear in mind we're facing a mage who could have spells out the wazoo. Look at that, a Flame Lance. Oh, Crikey.
Ishne Alo Pura.
Glory to the Sindora.
Recycle, emergency recycle on the Master Jouster, which is scary because you don't really want it to joust again. Oh, here we go. Frostbolt, the Forgotten Torch.
Happy feast of Winterveil.
Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate your generosity, Jaina. Oh. Are we going to go through all the classes and not win a game? Gul'dan, you'll save us. With your ability to draw more cards, surely we'll find the ones we need. God, this is definitively the worst I've ever done in Hearthstone, let alone in a Tavern Brawl. I've never struggled so much with a single thing, and you know, it's partly the cards that are coming up, for sure. That was a horrible aggro deck to run into. We got a Black Knight. That's not useful right now, but we do at least have some early stuff we can do. Oh, listen to his little gurgle. Bless him. Bless his cotton socks. Little hat. I like the hat expansion symbol. The League of Explorers. It's pretty fantastic. Tom 3020 here. Dropping the dragon egg. Gonna coin something else out as well. A little bit scary, spooky. Oh, a big taunt. Interesting. It's kind of annoying because we do have a slightly more aggressive start. At least we're getting cards on curve this time, which is nice. Nice to have, you know, the right cards to play each turn and not have to rely on our slightly dodgy hero power. Although at least we've got a decent hero power on this. Good reliable hero power. Gets us a Mistress of Pain, which is not a fantastic card, but it'll do. Do we want to deal with the Tiny Knight of Evil? Or do we want to deal with the Iron Forge? I think we want to deal with the Tiny Knight of Evil, because it's a little bit more potent. And we'll whip this back to hand for now. It's a little bit of a slower tempo play, but we can get away with it. It does still put us in a decent board position. We've got roughly even hand. We're a little bit ahead in cards in hand. Bearing in mind that we're going first, so we're on equal turns. But okay. What do we want to do here? We could play the pyro, but we don't have anything specific to do with it. Could drop out the Mistress of Pain. On this current board, it's not too bad to have. And we could drop out the Imgang boss as well.
I can ease your
Gonna give us a decent board space. It's not too bad against the Hellfire. We do have most of our stuff survives. Okay, it's not going to be Hellfire. Coin already came out on turn 1 from Tom, so don't need to worry about that too much. Okay, and then going to trade in, getting rid of the big threat. That's fine. This guy spawns a 2/1 whelp, so I think maybe we'll try and clear that out now. While we can, we'll hold on to the Black Knight in case we can get the value from it. We don't need him right now. Like if we're at any point desperate for that, then we'll use it. I think we'll draw a card and then maybe play the... I was going to play the Yoga Magi, but maybe giving the opponent the Cursed card would be kind of fun here. And we can get out an Argent Watchman who's going to be more useful in the early game. In the late game it's going to be less useful because we're not going to want to draw as often. Once our health starts dipping down. Definitely a little bit of a slower game, which is fine. We've got the cards to make it this far for once. Getting rid of that cursed card. Forcing the mana. Mimiron's Head. I don't think we're going to have 3 mechs around, to be honest, but I appreciate the thought, at least. Do you want to deal with Zombie Chow? I mean, I guess we can deal with everything here. So yeah, let's deal with everything. Let's draw first, see what we get. The Murloc Tidehunter, that's kind of fun.
I saw that.
Do we want to play the Murloc Tidehunter and the Imp Gang Boss, or should we play Mimiron's Head? Let's play Mimiron's Head. It's basically a slightly overcosted, Yeti, but we don't have a ton of mechs in hand, so it fits nicely onto our mana curve. The Tidehunter would kind of overflood the board against something like a Hellfire. And also with the Imp Gang Boss, with 2 Imp Gang Bosses, we have trouble actually filling out all the spaces. Again, we've used the Demon Heart up. That's actually quite nice to do. Bane of Doom. We could use the Bane of Doom on our own creature if we want. Not necessarily the best ploy. Let's pop another card. We've got full health anyway, so might as well get those attacks rolling. Okay, now do we want to play up the... I'm trying to think what our best option here is. Maybe we taunt these 2 guys up. Maybe that's a good way to go about it. The one that spawns guys and the one that maybe won't be able to attack depending on whether we use our hero power. Good use of our mana. Then we got next turn, we've got the options of using the Bane of Doom and a 2-drop and a draw. Or we could use the Black Knight and we could use the Imp Gang Boss. Okay. Got a cheeky chappy here. Sneed. Good old Sneed. Eerie Statue's probably not going to be useful until the very, very late game. Do we want to deal with Sneed? I mean, we've got taunts up, so I don't think we necessarily need to. Like, it might be in our best interests not to deal with it for now. But we can do 3 damage, so maybe we trade this in and deal the 3 damage. So we have to deal the 3 damage first, though. So that's not a possibility. We'd have to also trade in our Imp. That's probably okay. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. Not the most exciting thing for us, but acid more here. I'll tell you what. We'll get rid of acid more. And then I think we can play the Murloc Tidehunter. Got plenty of cards in hand. Gives us lots of attacking potential. Still always the risk of oh, both. Gain 9 health. And the Felguard, okay. Destroying one of your mana crystals is actually fine this late in the game, I suppose. Our hand's not super great, but the Black Knight's the obvious drop here just to get rid of the Felguard. I think that's decent value. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage to face. So maybe we drop our own Felguard as well. It doesn't quite kill both, sadly. Do we have a way to deal with both? Not without using the Doom Guard. Sadly.
I got this.
And we can use this now because we'll lose a mana crystal and then it will immediately come back on our next turn anyway. So sadly couldn't quite get rid of both. Good protection there. Otherwise our chap would have been down to 6 health, but doesn't really do too much. Why I'm not super keen on both. And we finally been victorious. Hurrah! Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels fantastic. There we go. We won. We won one Tavern Brawl. Beautiful. Right, well, let's claim our pack. Because, quite frankly, I think I'm going to bow out on that glorious victory for now. And maybe I'll play some more of this Tavern Brawl. Oh, well, that makes me feel much better. We got a South Sea Captain. An Azure Drake, which I've got plenty of, but always nice. And look at this shiny Mogashan Warden. Look at him. Glowing with his golden locks. Oh, fantastic. Well, that's this week's Tavern Brawl. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to pop that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Hearthstone and other games, or just come back whenever. Let me know in the comments what crazy encounters you've had this week at the Crossroads. Let me know if you've had a slightly better record than me, or even a worse record. Maybe your luck's just been completely against you the whole time and you've really struggled in this one. That's kind of the issue with the RNG ones, but I don't mind that. Again, like, as long as you get to see some weird stuff. I think, if anything, my qualm this time, or this week, would be that I haven't seen like that many crazy exciting plays out of this week's encounter. It's just been, oh, this guy got some better draws than this guy got early game draws and you got later draws, and you didn't manage to quite hold out in time. That's less exciting. That last game was a little bit closer there, although we just kind of, again, like, he got Bolf Ram Shield and we got some more potent offensive capabilities. So it does feel, this brawl more than the others feels like sometimes it will just swing in one person's favour, but when it works out and you get some real crazy stuff, it can be fantastic. So if you have had some cool stuff, let me know in the comments. You know, tell me your stories, link me to one of your videos or whatever, and I'll check that out. So thanks for watching. I've been Ken. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.